embark on a remarkable journey with our family as we explore the open seas on our private expedition yacht. Join us as we dive into a world of adventure where every day brings new discoveries and unforgettable memories. Be a part of our family's extraordinary adventures and discover the beauty of the seas like never before. Subscribe to our channel and join us as we explore the world from our private expedition boat.
Back on the boat, and notice that there's been a little bit of water down here on the carpet, and then right down here. Damn it, see that? So that water is not good. And actually on sea trout we saw the water. Michelle noticed it, she's like, what's this water down here? And it was probably just from boat washers, what we were thinking, because obviously they're washing the boat out here, comes down, maybe get a little water in here. But I found water in there, which is not supposed to be in there. My hunch is this ice maker has a leak right down here. That means I gotta crawl through this hatch all along there like a little ferret back here to check it out. So this will be a fun job. Boat ownership starts on day 2 of repairs. I think it's coming out from over there. I think it's traveling right along here. Oh, look at that right there. See that little trail? It's kind of a residual water stain. I think it's traveling right out of there, across here, and then down through here, and then into these storage lockers down there. Yeah, look at that. That's all water. Problem is, I gotta leave the water turned off on the rest of the boat until I get this fixed. Oh, that's a water supply for the sink. It's not that. It's getting friggin' hot in here. Dude, why am I doing this? Why isn't Declan up here? Okay. Okay, so I believe that's the water line. Yeah, that water line goes over here, right there. Oh, look at that. This is awesome, guys. This just saved me a ton of work because I can isolate it right there. That ball valve was definitely well placed, and whoever installed it did a good job because they were thinking ahead just in case they had a problem. They have a ball valve to shut this water supply off. So I can shut it off now, turn on the water. If I'm correct, which I'm almost positive I am, they had a fridge here, and then it had a little freezer built into the top. The owners replaced this with an ice maker, a second ice maker on board, but I suspect it's from a leak underneath this guy here. Let's climb out of this stupid boat. Owning a boat is so much fun. Oh my God, this sucks. Now, I'm gonna turn on the water. We get the water turned on and it's not leaking. We found our problem. Here we go. Hey, thanks for the help, Doc.
You're welcome, yeah, anytime.
I appreciate that. And I don't know how fast that leak was happening, so I don't really have much for reference here. I know this is gonna be turned off. Just double check. Could turn on the valve and just see if water comes out. Let me try that. Nothing's happening. That didn't work. I was hoping that I'd have a smoking gun. I did not. So I'm just gonna turn it off anyways. At least it's fully isolated. We'll just let it sit here for a little while, see if something happens. In the meantime, I can check out the other side over here. All right, so that's literally the second spot I could come through. It's this line. And I suspect that if the water leak was happening on this side of this bulkhead here, it would travel that way and not collect in the storage compartments where it's collecting. All right, we'll give it a few hours, see what happens. I left the water pump on all night, which I normally don't ever do. I don't recommend doing it, but I wanted to check and see if it's actually leaking. So freshwater pump was on. Let's go upstairs and see if we have a leak. See if we fixed it. I'm not sure if we did or not. I think we did. This guy has been filling up with water. Is that water? Oh, nice, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, it's all dry. Okay, good news. So crawling around in there worked. Got the ball valve shut off and that water was leaking out of the ice maker. I'm not sure if it was actually coming out of the ice maker itself internally or possibly a pinch line. Either way, I'm gonna get rid of that thing and I'm gonna go to just a standard refrigerator with a little ice box on the top. I don't need as much ice as that puts out. Plus we have a second main ice unit down below. So we're good there. Be nice to have a fridge up here, throw some drinks up there, maybe some sandwiches or whatever you need. But good news is it is dry. So all that, yeah, left it open overnight too to air out. That looks good. Here's the other thing that kind of sucks is all this water that was collecting in here ended up damaging some of this gel coat. The gel coat's actually lifting off. It's not a big deal, it's just doesn't look as nice as it was before because this thing was completely filled up with water. Get that stuff cleaned off later on and be good as new. You can see that little telltale sign of a leak coming down through here. All that's just like hard water deposits. But yeah, it's dry. There's no signs of any water. So now we can move on to the next project, which is hooking up the Starlink. Kinley, where are you? You ready? You ready to hook up the Starlink?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're excited about that. Come on, let's go. So I brought Kinley down today and she's gonna help me hook up the Starlink. Got screw gun, we've got fish tape so that I can feed the Starlink cable down some of the support bars that are up in the fly bridge. I got the Starlink cable here. So had it all undone, just making sure Starlink worked. So we'll get this thing going. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I gotta apologize because I jumped the gun a little bit. I should have filmed getting the Starlink set up, but I got this star mount in. I'm gonna cut up another one for another job I'm working on so you kind of see what it looks like here. What I did was I took a Starlink, cut the bottom off, put it into a star mount systems, I believe that's what it's called. Really cool design. It's pretty much like a flush mount design, so it sits like super low profile. And here's where I jumped the gun. I got excited about it, Kinley, and I went ahead and cut it all up, threw a couple screws in there just to see how it fit. So that's kind of my ADHD kicking in. I get excited about stuff and yeah, I should have filmed it, but I didn't. So here's what it looks like. Why don't you come up here and take off the cover? You're smaller than me.
Sacrifice me first. Okay.
What's that?
Sacrifice me first.
Yeah, just don't fall back, okay? Because falling back would suck. Take that black cover off there.
Okay.
It's kind of cool because we have a little tuna tower up on the top that we can access. A lot of the Michelsons don't have it. They have this hardtop on here. You're driving from up here, you got your helm station. It's actually really effective. You can see pretty far out, but obviously getting up higher is better because you can get out there and see the fish. So, oh, here's something else I was working on. That's where my ADHD was kicking in. Lumitech came out with a brand new anchor light, which is right here. Looks like an antenna, super trick. And the problem was our antenna just was too low. Got a new one, we'll get that installed along with the Starlink. All right, get that off. All right, cool. It's kind of a little sketchy, but not too bad. I think it's fine for us, but maybe not for Declan, huh?
No.
Declan is not allowed up here. That kid is so sketchy. Here's what I talked about where I kind of jumped the gun. This is the Starlink cut down. It's mounted into this little star mount system. You see that? Check this out.
Is this the same one from our boat in Mexico?
Yeah, so here's the game plan. First, we got the antenna mounted right there. We got to run the wire from the cable all the way down here. I'm thinking through this little junction box over to here. You got that? Mm-hmm. Next, run it through here, down this support, all the way down there. But we need to first access that little panel to make sure we can get in there and it's opened up. I took a look, Kinley, over here on this guy, and it runs all the way down over there, no problem at all, but there's some other wires in here.
So you can't do it over there?
It's gonna be a little bit tight, so I'm thinking what we do is we just run it through this side right here, all the way down. We have one little cable there, but that should be easy. Run it all the way down, then we'll run it around there, and I've got power over there. Hook up the Starlink underneath. There you go. Crap, it's down there. That was fun. That guy needs to come out, and then I need to check and see if I can get a cable through there. Okay, I can't get in here. Oh, wait, hand me my phone. Oh, yeah, okay, right. Oh, okay. That's what I was looking for. We've got a clear run through here. What I took a picture of is that cable up there. There's a little white cable coming down here. It comes down through here. So completely open. Now we need to figure out how we're gonna run this.
Have you installed it before?
You're pointing at my belly. What do I gotta deal with?
Have you installed it before? Like on a
Starlink?
boat?
No, not on a boat. Super easy. Let's get this figured out. It's gonna go up there. It needs to go through there, so I need to feed this fish down through there. This is like the easiest run ever for a Starlink. Well, I may be saying that a little too early. Why is this guy binding? Oh, Kinley, look at that, look at it. There we go. Cut that end on there. How friggin' easy is that? Yes. Okay, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna attach this guy on there. I know I'm gonna screw this thing up and get it everywhere. My ADHD wants to just like throw this on the ground. Done.
That.
Oh.
Deal
with that later. Okay. Attach this onto here. I'm gonna start pulling it through. You just need to like carefully kind of feed that through there, okay? Mm-hmm. You got it? Yeah. You're gonna have to guide it up. Oh, it's going. I just realized that. That's gonna be hard to make that turn. Oh, crap.
What's wrong with it?
It can't make the turn because the connection's so long. I didn't think about that because it's gotta turn and come out like this. Are you serious?
Do you want some soap?
Soap's not gonna help, Kinley. But thank you. Oh, see, I spoke too soon. Freaking serious? This piece is like blocking because I went down further than I needed to. I'm gonna feed this to you and then we'll shorten that throw up. If this guy could bend, I think it can make it through. Just pull this off, keep going.
Oh, you're moving this?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that out of there. Okay, that off? Okay. So now we're gonna take this guy and see if we can feed it through the hole. Then I know it's doable without notching this thing. Assuming that's the same size. Yeah, I can't, I mean, not easily. Maybe. Ready? Oh, it's almost there. Oh, Oh, we got it. Yeah. We did not have to drill that thing out, which is rad. And I didn't have to go to Home Depot and pick up some more tools. We got it through. Good job, Kinley. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to go out of here. I got it over here. And we just need to figure out how to make it go up there. So I'm gonna run this guy through here. Then, a little bit of luck, up through here. Yes. Okay. Be nice to run it through this piece right here, but I don't think I'm gonna get it through there and wrap it around. So I'm gonna do a little bit easier, and I'm gonna loom it, and then I'll zip tie it up here, and then I can drop into this bar up here. I don't have any zip ties. I can't finish this project, but I can at least route the cable. At least it'll be kind of tucked up out of the way for now, and then I'll get the waterproof fitting on there later this week. Get this thing secured properly. But right now I can at least get it hooked up, get Starlink working. We'll get some security cameras on board later on, and then I'll also throw on the anchor light right back there. So I can at least wrap up some of it, get something done. Then I'll have some cushion clamps coming down here to hold this in place, wrap it up and loom it so it's weather resistant and UV stable. You ready? Mm-hmm. Let's wrap this up. So we'll get this loomed up, nice and clean. It'll look like this side. Little cushion clamp on there, wrap that up. It's going down there. We're gonna wrap up this side over here. Why don't you go downstairs and grab the Starlink router, okay?
I got it.
Did you mess this up?
Dad. So what'd you learn today?
I very seldom learn anything. But I just realized that I gotta route this thing forward now, which means I gotta crawl back through all that mess. I love owning boats and fixing them. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding this Starlink cable all the way forward up through there. Keely, why aren't you in here?
Is it cozy in there?
Oh, it's so nice in here. Hey, hand me the Starlink box. I hope I have power over there. Couldn't quite get the Starlink wrapped up. Needed some parts. Grabbed all those. Got some Starlink stuff here, cameras. Be tied into the Starlink, so anybody comes back here in the cockpit, I'll have eyes up there off the bow too. But it actually worked out really well on the big ROM because we were away and this guy comes in and just plows into the bow. Pretty much ruined the rest of our season trying to get it fixed, but fixed now. These cameras really are very, very important. So nice little cameras. So I got the Starlink cable just pulled out of here, going through the hard top, and I'm going to run it through these little waterproof mounts. So pretty simple. The idea is this guy will go here, then it'll get fed back up through here. So the guy mounts right on top of here and seals it up. Look way better than that cable going through there. Then I'll go up to Starlink, get that thing sealed up, and then route back down here because my extra cable's down in there somewhere.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to hit it.
I'm running a speed test right now. Check that out. That's why Starlink's so amazing. I mean, I can run all the cameras, security cameras on here, safe and sound. I got eyes on it. If somebody gets on the boat, you see what's going on. You come down for the weekend, for the week, whatever, you got high-speed internet. Pretty rad stuff. Still need to bring down zip ties. I forgot those again. So get some zip ties and cushion clamps, get all that stuff secure up there. It's all routed down here. Got electrical down here, so I can probably pull off electrical off there and then have a separate breaker for just the Starlink. So I don't know, we'll figure that out. And now I can move on to the Ring cameras. Final wrap up. Good news is I just checked down here. Everything is completely dry, so that water leak has been figured out. It is that culprit right over there. Now my ice maker is done. I'm getting rid of it, throwing it overboard. I'm not throwing it overboard. I wouldn't throw it in the ocean, but frustration kicks in sometimes and you say stuff you just don't mean. Okay, so getting the cover plates back on. I left them off this last week because I wanted to air everything out and make sure it was completely bone dry. And it is. It's funny, I have friends that are like, boats are rad. You're so lucky to have one. They don't realize that pretty much every weekend is spent down here fixing it. Like boat ownership, it's definitely something you have to love. Or you got a ton of money and you can just pay an entire crew to take care of every maintenance aspect, but kind of enjoy working on the boat. So right now, kind of fixing all these little problems is obviously, first and foremost, is I'm fixing an issue on the boat that needs to get repaired, but secondarily is I'm learning about the boat. So I'm figuring out where all these cables go, what's going on underneath here, if there's any problems that may pop up later on. Gives me an idea of how all the systems work. So if you are thinking about a boat and you don't mind getting your hands dirty, I highly recommend you get your hands dirty and figure out how your boat operates, because there's gonna come a time where you are out in the middle of the ocean and something happens. Like we were, shoot, 400 nautical miles south of San Diego and away from everybody. Unfortunately, what happened was we lost steering. So I checked the steering shaft on it to make sure everything was tight, ready to go. And the nut that I was checking on this little heim joint to make sure it was tight, it was actually seized in place, so it wasn't tight. The heim joint ended up spinning out. The nut itself, the locking nut, was seized in place, and that was tight. That didn't budge at all, but the heim joint backed out. When that backed out, the ram fell off of the steering, which connects the two rudders together. When that happened, overextended and blew a power steering line. So the high pressure power steering line was done. And when it blew, unfortunately, we lost all steering. I mean, we were dead in the water with steering. So I ended up running the throttles kind of like this. So I'd power up one, back off, back up the other one. So both of them were in gear, a little bit more power on this side. Then to even out the power, I'd bring it back like this. And that would kind of help us steer into Turtle Bay. So kind of funny, I'm coming into Turtle Bay and the captain, commissioning captain for Michelson, is on the radio and he's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I recognize his voice. So I grab the mic and I'm like, Paul, is that you? It's Ryan. And he's like, hey, Ryan, what's up? I'm like, Paul, I lost steering. There's lightning strikes all around me. What do I do? What do I do? And this is our first trip down to Cabo San Lucas and then later La Paz on that boat right there, that Michelson 50, beautiful boat. And he's like, well, not much you can do, Ryan, but just enjoy the ride into Turtle, anchor up, and hopefully Enrique can help you out. Turtle Bay is this like super remote area. Here's some pictures of Turtle. We pull in, ties us off. We're there, we're gonna get help because we need a new power steering line. And I don't even know what fittings are on here, if they're standard fittings, if there's anything he can do to help us. My brother-in-law speaks fluent Spanish. And he's like, where are you from? And he's like, well, I'm from San Diego, but I went to Monterrey, Mexico for school, and my wife is from Sinaloa, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wait a minute, what's your wife's name? Because I'm from Sinaloa. And he's like, what? We're cousins. I know her family. We're good. Give me that line. Give me that cable. He runs into town and he's gone for like 2-3 hours. And my brother-in-law and I are working on the boat. We've got lightning strikes all around us, torrential rain coming down. We're sitting there going, what do we do? And he's gone for 3 hours. He shows up. He's all, hey, I got it figured out. He's all, came off of a Ford F-100. He holds up this crabby looking line. And he's like, I also got you some power steering fluid in case you need it. And the power steering fluid is black. So I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, okay, let me check the power steering fluid. And I was like, power steering fluid is just barely enough to get by. And I was like, I don't want to put that old stuff in this system. But the biggest thing is, let's check and see if this power steering line off of Ford F-100 from like 1970 something or other will bolt on or will thread on. And sure enough, it did. We hooked it back up, but we ran into Cabo, got more power steering fluid, left the power steering line on up to La Paz where we were able to get a new one made, got it replaced, and I kept the power steering line.
We're the Wilsons, a family of 5 who purchased a boat to embark on an incredible journey of a lifetime. We are setting out to explore the vast and mesmerizing oceans of the world on our boat named Salty Drones. Join us on this thrilling and inspirational journey as we discover the unknown, surf untouched waves, catch pelagic fish, and dive deep into the turquoise waters of our planet. We hope to inspire you to step outside your comfort zone, embrace the unknown, and seek out your own adventures in life. So let's set sail on this incredible journey and let the magic of the oceans inspire us all to live life to the fullest.